All right, everybody. Well, thanks for being here. My name is Tony Procopio. I'm one of the founding advisors here at Think Plus, along with my business partners, Jim, Brendan, and Ed Kenny, and our significant others. And gosh, we're coming up on our 2-year official launch pretty soon. So very exciting. Today was actually the soft launch. It was February 11th, 2023, that we had our soft launch. It was the first day that people were able to enroll customers. And so very exciting, right? So we're 2 years into that, and our actual full launch was March 1st of 2023. So that's coming up on our 2-year anniversary soon as well. So again, appreciate you being here. We've got a lot of information to share today. We're going to talk about maximizing promotions, and specifically all the promotions that we have in place right now in these states, in Texas, New Jersey, and in Connecticut. These are 3 different promotions with 3 different service offerings. We've never had this in the history of our company, and I think that we've got some of the best promotions that have ever come out in these markets. And so we're going to talk about how to maximize your money and savings for customers in these markets, as well as if you don't live in these markets, we'll talk a little bit about how do you get into those markets and how do you work to, penetrate into those markets and have your network expand accordingly. So this is our call to action. We'll get to some Q&A as well at the end if we have time here. But first, a quick team update. I'm not going to go through a lot of details on this. Just want to remind everyone that Empower 25 is coming up in Dallas, Texas. So if you're new, you haven't heard about this before, or you're just learning about it now, make sure you go to either thinksuccess.plus or scan the QR code that you see here on the screen. But if you go to thinksuccess.plus, you'll be able to get there no problem. Just type in Empower 25 or look for events and you'll see it there. We've got a lot of questions about room blocks as well. And so that's going to be coming out in April. So we've got about 2 more months or so till we'll get a room block set up. If you do go and reserve a room yourself, just make sure you get something that's refundable in case our room block is a better rate than what you have. This is going to be in Grapevine, Texas, at the Gaylord Resort and Hotel right outside of Dallas. So very exciting. We're going to have a lot of information coming up about what's going to be happening there. It's going to be our biggest event that we've ever had. And there's going to be all kinds of promotions there, attendee only bonuses and promotions. You'll learn all about that as we go. The Fall 2025 Cancun, Mexico leadership is in full swing, October 19th through 22nd. This is a 5-star resort, the Grand Hyatt Playa del Carmen. The qualification period now through June 30th. And anyone who qualifies, this is an all expense paid trip for 2. And again, this is a 5-star resort. This is all inclusive, food, drinks, you name it, excursions, airfare, resort, everything, incredible accommodations. Go check it out. The way that people can get there is rank up to regional director or above, and you will automatically qualify for the trip if you get to regional director or above for the first time during the contest period. And then anyone who's already a regional director or above, you also, or your partner and above, I should say, then you are already a partner and above and doesn't get promoted again during the contest period. You can just have a 10% growth in your business. You'll be able to go. Made it easier than ever to get on there. We also have Cancun credits going on, and there's a lot of stuff happening here with Cancun credits, from electricity and community solar to rooftop with our solar expansion. So you can earn anywhere from 4 to 8 Cancun credits for each customer that you enroll. And the reason I say that you can get 8 Cancun credits for a customer is because in states like Illinois and Massachusetts and Rhode Island and Maine and New Jersey, where you can sign up for a customer up for electricity and community solar service, those count as 2 for credit customers, even though it's 1. It's kind of like bundled, right? So you can get a bundled customer and get up to 8 credits. In the state of Texas as well, I mean, being able to get those extra 2 credits on top of the 4 that you get for enrolling each customer allows you to get to this Cancun trip very quickly, because all you have to do to qualify, and then there's rooftop solar as well, you can get up to 50 credits per customer. And all you have to do is accumulate 200 Cancun credits in any 4-week rolling period And it's you can actually track that on the Cancun widget, the credits widget in your back office. But what I'll say is that you can get as few as 4 customers now with rooftop solar and get on the trip. And we have some other promotions that might make it even less than that. But if you're bringing in customers in, let's say, electricity market like Texas, I mean, go out and get 6 credits for each customer. Divide that into 200, you're talking 34 customers. And you guarantee yourself a slot on the trip just by going and getting 34 customers in any 4-week rolling period. As that's not a lot of customers at all. We have people who've done way more than that in 4 weeks. Same thing like in New Jersey. Go ahead, you can capture some points there, some Cancun credits there as well. And like states like Rhode Island and Mass and Illinois and Maine, think about this: being able to go out and get 8 credits in those states for signing up an electricity customer and a community solar customer. It would be in New Jersey, it would be 6 credits for signing up a community solar customer and an electricity customer, 6 credits. So, but all those other 4 states that I mentioned, I mean, are you kidding me? Being able to get that many credits, 8, that means you only need 25 customers in those dual markets, 25 bundled customers, and you get on that trip. So we have a major promotion going on in the state of Texas. Growing smarter is what we're calling it, because everything is heading towards smart. Everything's heading toward AI. Everything's heading towards smart and AI. Those are the buzzwords, right, that are around there. Well, we have Think Smart in Texas, and it is like an artificial intelligence, because you just sign up for it and connect your smart thermostat to your Think Energy account, and that's it. It's all on autopilot from there. And so every time you sign up an electricity customer in Texas right now, you're going to get the normal $20 bonus plus $50 for every customer that signs up, and then another $50 when they connect their smart thermostat to their Think Energy plan. That's it, you guys. They connect their smart thermostat to Think Smart. Just takes a few minutes to do it. You're talking $120 per customer. So think about how powerful those numbers are, right? And here's the best way to get customers. I mean, one of the ways you can get customers. I mean, it's as simple as something like this. And we have trainings that you can go into on our YouTube channel. But hey, hey mom, hey sister, friend, neighbor, relative, hey coworker, or college roommate, high school friend, whatever. Hey friend, I found a great way to permanently reduce your electric bill, called Think Smart, and it's a technology that allows you to get $10 off each month and possibly a lot more with a rock bottom rate for your electricity usage. It's free to enroll. Go grab your electric bill. That should say your. I always have these typos that I have to fix as I'm going, because I just, I have to do it. So, but yeah, that's where go grab your electric bill and let's see what we can save you. This is how simple it is, you guys. This is all you're doing. The object is to take that $10 savings. That's $120 a year. You could even say that $10 off a month, and it's $120 a year, possibly a lot more. Go grab your electric bill. Let's see what we can save you. And now what happens is you're becoming an advisor, right? You're taking that bill, you're looking at their rate for their electric plan, and you're comparing it to where we are. And then you're factoring in that $10 off each month and letting them know what you can do for the customer. It's all about getting the bill. Now, here's what we know in the state of Texas. In the state of Texas, there's a switching season, if you want to call it that. And it's basically February through July. Okay, so from February, like right now, middle of February to middle of July, that's like a 5-month period of time, 4 or 5 months, whatever that is. That's the switching season where 2/3 of the people, maybe even up to 70% of the people in that state, their contracts are coming up for renewal, because everybody's on a contract in the state of Texas, and they're looking for a new rate. So during that 5 months out of the year, 2 out of 3 of the customers you talk to, or maybe even 4 out of 5 of the customers you talk to, they're getting ready to switch like right now. Okay. And if not, they'll be switching in a month or 2 from now. And because in Texas, we have the ability to start the plan 45 days later after they sign up, we can delay the start. That means that you have a tremendous opportunity to gather a ton of customers between now and the middle of July. And then after July, people kind of get locked in on rates because rates tend to go up at that time. So they're locked in, and you're not going to be able to get as many customers from July through the, end of January or middle of February as you can at the time that I just described. So we're heading into the high season for connecting people to a new electricity plan in the state of Texas. It's important to know your timing and where you are in the market. So the rest of the time, you might have to take notes from people and be like, okay, let me just make a note. I'll call you back later in 6 months or in 4 months or 5 months. But during this time, starting now through July, you don't have to be putting people on a reminder for yourself to call them back because most of those people can do something right now. And with our rate buster plans, our ETF buster plans, I should say, in different ways that deposits work and things like that, there's the ability to bring a lot of customers in right now, which is why Think Energy Corporate Think Plus Corporate has put these promotions in place for us in the state of Texas to make a major impact when you can get the most customers you've ever been able to get. Guys, that's how this thing works. Now in New Jersey, right, we have the gateway to growth. And if you hadn't heard what's going on with this is a new partnership is reopening. See, a new partnership. We have a new community solar developer, an IPP, an independent power producer. They build and manage solar farms. They have now asked us to fill some farm slots for them. And if we do it, which we're going to, when we do it, then that's going to open up a brand new permanent partnership and potentially a huge, huge potential for us to be able to go into new markets with more capacity and then bring in even more capacity to existing markets like the state of New Jersey. So it's all eyes on the state of New Jersey right now. This $100 per community solar enrollment, this is on top of the normal $30 to $35 that you earn for each customer that you bring in. It's $30 if it's a standard community solar customer, and it's $35 because New Jersey is 20% market for savings. We're talking about being able to earn $130 to $135, $35 for LMI enrollments, and 30 for standard enrollment. So up to $135 per customer. That's why they put together this slide on here. If you haven't seen it, this is up on thinksuccess.plus. What if you enrolled 100 of these customers in PSE and G before the end of February? Let's say it's PSE and G. And we have some slots in JCP and L as well. But if you did 100 customers in a 4-week rolling window, that's 2 Cancun credits for each customer. This is if your team on your level 1 and level 2 doesn't do anything. It's just you getting the customers. Guess what? You're going to Mexico. On top of that, what did you earn? If it's a $30 cap and you didn't get any LMIs in there, you're talking about $13,000. So think about how easy it is to sign up for community solar in the state of New Jersey. You guys, this is like crazy how easy it is to sign up in the state of New Jersey. The only reason that a customer won't sign up for community solar is they don't understand it and they think that they have to buy roof panels to do it or install something, or they've never heard of it, or they're already on a community solar farm. I mean, that's pretty much it. Either you're already on it, you haven't heard about it, or you've mistakenly made up in your mind when you heard solar, you forgot about the community part, and you simply thought that it was rooftop solar, and you have to go through and purchase or lease panels and install them, and maybe you don't own your own home. Guys, that's not what this is. So we have a very powerful platform. The eligibility is up on thinksuccess.plus. You can just go to the New Jersey Gateway to Growth. The post is right there. It shows you kind of the zip codes and towns so you can get a handle on where these locations are. And then we have additional eligible zip codes that these are areas where you will get this $100 for bringing in customers within these zip codes. So you can bring in customers that are not in these zip codes and get your standard bonus, the regular bonus. But within all of these zip codes that you see here, there's 51, I think, zip codes in here. Out of about 500 zip codes in the entire state. This is like 10% of the state. But specifically, when you're looking in the JCP&L and the PSE and G territories, that's only 2 out of 4 of the utility companies that exist in New Jersey, and there's 50 zip codes just in those 2 utilities. So this is not like a needle in a haystack, right? There's a lot of zip codes here in a lot of towns in a very compressed area. And so make sure you're looking at where can you earn this money when you bring in customers, for community solar in the state of New Jersey. And look, if you're talking about how, and this is just a guideline, we can, other people can chime in and things like that, but this is a simple way to do it. Hey, mom, or whoever it is, I found that should say A, New Jersey. Yeah, I got to fix those typos. There might even be another one in there. I found a New Jersey state-sponsored program that allows you to save 20% or more on your electric bill. You guys can tell I was having a rough day here with the keyboard, right? So on your electric bill for up to 20 years, it's called community solar. No cost, no fees, no penalties. See, just pure savings. You're just saying that. You're covering all the things, okay? You can say nothing to buy or install. They're allowing a limited number of people to get the savings before slots fill up. There you go. Whoops, what did I do? I hit the wrong button there. There we go. I need to hit fix this again. Go grab your electric bill so we can sign you up and see how much you can save. You guys, it's that simple. Like that, it's that simple how this works. All you have to do is reach out to people. And if you're letting them know that this is something that can impact their bill at 20% or more savings on your electric bill. The reason it could be or more is if they're a low and moderate income customer, they can actually get a potentially larger savings than what the 20% is. And if you look at the way the state of New Jersey works, it says right in our training program and in the customer agreement as a community solar customer that 20% savings is based on 90% of your electric bill. They're going to get as close as they can to saving you 20% on 90% of your electric bill. So they can't save you anything on the basic service charges or taxes, but on the supply and delivery, you're talking about a significant savings over the course of the year. Now you'll get more savings in the summer and less in the winter, but it'll all average out as you work through, and you'll end up with 20% on 90% of the bill. So the average electric bill in the state of New Jersey, I looked it up, it's $249. All right, so that's the exact number as of right now. So let's go and look this up. 249 times 90% is $224.10 times 20% is $44.82 per month. That's what we're talking about. This is not a small amount. I mean, that's enough to pay for people's cell phone, just that alone, right? And then if you multiply that times 12 months, you're talking over $500 a year. And if you're doing that, if you're going even further than that, and you say, well, what does it look like for 20 years? Oops, I shouldn't have hit that. Times 20, you're talking about $10,756.80 over the course of 20 years. So what we're talking about in the state of New Jersey with this program is being able to save the average customer over $10,000 simply by taking 2 minutes out of their life, 2 minutes, that's all, and signing up for community solar. There's never been a higher savings for doing as little as you have to do. There's never been a higher savings, period, without buying or installing something onto your home. And now community solar is available, of course, for everyone. So you guys, last thing I want to touch on is rooftop solar, the Connecticut pilot. It's expanded now to all energy advisors. You all have access to this on, as long as your customer gathering site is active, like it's, you're an advisor and you're in good standing, right? Then you have a website where you can enroll customers. And it doesn't matter where you live. If you type in a Connecticut zip code, you can use mine, 06812, 06812. Just take that down. You can look it up. And you'll see that it pops up and allows you to see community solar pop up. And all we're doing here with this partnership with Shed in the state of Connecticut, it's definitely a winning combination, is as Think Plus advisors, we're the lead setters. All we're doing is generating interest by asking people to get a proposal and then helping them enroll. And then Shed does everything else from that point. You don't need to be doing anything else unless Shed contacts you and say, "Hey, your customer, wants to get their roof and panels installed, and can you just make sure they didn't respond to their email or something like that?" But other than that, okay, other than that, there's nothing else for you to do. Literally, we're paid to just go and make sure that we enroll the customer as a lead, not as a customer, but as a lead, so they can get a proposal. And then Shed does everything else. They contact the customer, they create the proposal, they get onto a 15 to 20-minute virtual Zoom or Teams, whatever the customer wants to do. They like Teams because you don't need to install any software. Just click on the link and you're on. The customer gets a $50 gift card for taking 15 to 20 minutes out of their life. That's $50 for 20 minutes. That's like $150 per hour is what that works out to for the customer. So every time I've ever talked to anybody, would you like to take 20 minutes out of your life if I gave you $50? Of course you would. Everybody wants that. And now, with the promotion they just put in place last night, the customer incentive and the EA bonus is matched. So any customers that you put in, this goes from February 10th through March 9th. This is a 30-day window. You get the $50 gift card goes to your customer, and when the $50 gift card, when the customer simply receives the proposal and gets onto a 15 to 20-minute call proposal, they don't have to sign anything. They don't have to agree to anything. There's no strings attached here. They get the $50 gift card as long as they've received a proposal. They don't have to do it. They just have to receive the proposal. Once they've received it, they get the $50, and so do you as the EA. So you guys, this is very simple, okay? If you know anytime you know someone who has a home, you should be asking them a few simple questions. And one of the reasons why it's so big in the state of Connecticut, on top of being the fourth most expensive electricity rates in the nation, 96% of the homes in Connecticut that qualify for solar have not installed solar yet. They only have a 4% market share. Like all solar companies in the state of Connecticut, after all these years, there's only 4% of the actual homes that qualify for solar that are not doing it yet. Okay? That have done it. And the other 96%, they have not done it. You guys, that's 96 out of 100 people that you contact can simply get a quote and get $50. And whether they do anything else after that, that's not your job. You did your job. And if they do something after that and they become a customer, well, then you make even more money and you don't have to do any additional work to get that done. And also with incentives that are in place right now, it's more affordable than ever. And one of the big things, if you know anybody in the state of Connecticut, or if you're in the state of Connecticut, normally, we have like a supply rate on the a supply section of the electric bill, a transmission section of the electric bill, and a local delivery section of the electric bill. And it's been tough to figure that out. Well, Connecticut has broken it out into four pieces on the electric bill. It's color coded, and it actually says this is your supply section of the bill, this is your transmission portion of the bill, and this is your local delivery portion, and then this thing called public benefits charge. You guys, because of the public benefits charge in the state of Connecticut, it is such a huge charge. Like my personal electric bill went up by like 45% because of the public benefits charge. Some people are paying hundreds of dollars, many hundreds of dollars in public benefits charge to help pay for people's bills that during COVID they couldn't pay for their electric bill or they're not able to pay for it now. And the public benefits charge is being collected from every person who has an electric bill to help offset the costs of the people who aren't paying their electric bill. Okay, so this obviously that has created some major friction in the state. Everybody's talking about it in that state. And it's just a known thing. Public benefits. People hear it and they're like, "Oh, you have to be kidding me. It's crazy. I don't know what to do. How can I lower my costs? How can I get rid of that public benefits charge?" Guys, it's there and it's here to stay. But in Connecticut, now you have a partner. We have a partner with Shed, and so it's basically one simple question, really, was what it comes out to. Is the first one is, have you ever considered going solar? To me, that's just the door opener. That's what you ask someone. Do you own your own home? If they say yes, check mark. Do you have at least $100 electricity bill? I like to ask that question because I'm going to get a yes every time. So I like to get the yes. Now they're making it, the folks over at Shed would say, well, we don't even say that anymore because if you own your own home, you already have a $100 electric bill. But I like to get the yes anyway. And then this, would you be interested in a free virtual proposal? Good thing to say, virtual proposal, because no one has to come to your house. They don't have to walk around and measure your roof. They don't have to go up on the roof. They don't have to bother you with a time frame when you can be home. That's not how this works. They simply will take a snapshot from the satellite and see your home and figure they know exactly what the elevation of your roof is. They know the angle of your roof from public records. They know how far away the trees are from your roof, everything. So would you be interested in a free virtual proposal just to see what you can save, no strings attached, and you'll get $50 for 15 to 20 minutes of your time virtually. Like you can do this in the comfort of your own home whenever you want. $50 for doing so. Because that's all we're doing. Our job is to get the people who own a home and to get a proposal. That's all we are doing. There's nothing else. Okay, we don't have to focus on anything else. We do that and we move on to the next customer. Our job is done. We're getting them the $50. We're coming through on our promise to them. They're getting a free virtual proposal with no strings attached. I've had people, I just heard of someone who just got a proposal recently from Shed. And the person said, the reason I got the proposal is because I'm thinking of selling in the next year. And I wanted the homeowner, the person who comes in to buy it, the new buyer who buys my home, I'm going to actually provide them with the proposal that I got from Shed so they know how viable it is before anybody even comes in. I was like, man, that's a great point. So you guys, everybody should be doing this. It's just amazing and it's very simple. If you want to talk about the enrollment journey, put in your zip code, say you want click sign up for the $50 gift card, name, email, and here it is. It pops over, name, email, phone, and address. And you can upload a copy of the bill if you want. You don't have to. And that's it. You guys, that's all you need to do to get a customer enrolled. You don't have to go through a verification process. There's no birth date or social security number. We don't need any of that. It's just name, address, phone, and email. That is literally all that's required. It takes less than a minute. Harry, the CEO of Shed, said it took him like 48 seconds or something like that to sign up. And then rooftop solar compensation. Every time a customer comes in, when you create the proposal, okay, just when 2 points and for 3 months, when they put in their information and submit it, then when the proposal will get created at that point. And then it'll be done electronically. Then when Shed meets with the customer virtually on Zoom or Teams for 15 or 20 minutes, 4 points for 6 months on top of the 2 points for 3 months that you get. You're getting points all along the way, customer points. When the customer signs, and says, yes, I want to have solar, and they sign on the dotted line, you get 50% of that cap, so $125 released to you, 10 more points for 10 years. And then once the rooftop solar system is installed and they activate it, 50% cap going there with, again, residuals for 10 years. Post-activation residuals for 10 years. There are the residuals. The company here, and here's another thing: most people are putting batteries in their in with their installs, and so you get another $250 on top of the $250 you already earned total for getting the customer. So the company is releasing almost $1,000 in cab bonuses to the field for each of these systems that get installed. And then if it's a band one, there's another $1,000 being released almost in residuals over the next 10 years. It's double that if it's a band two and triple that if it's a band three. And these band one, two, and threes, you guys, this is where it is. There's a lot of money to be made and a lot of points, and you can get right onto that trip with the Cancun credits. 50 Cancun credits for each customer, which means you guarantee yourself a spot on the trip by getting 4 community solar customers, 4 rooftop solar customers that agree to contract approved, and you get the 50 credits for doing so. On top of that, and this final thing I'm going to share with you, we'll get some Q&A. There's a lot of information here. Any EAs that have 2 leads that reach contract approved, you will earn a trip to Cancun. How do you get 2 leads approved? You put 10 leads in, and 2 will then become customers. That's a very fair estimate. It's probably going to be higher than that. We're using kind of the low end of the spectrum on this, the conservative end of it. But as long as you submit the leads between February 10th and March 9th, these will all count. And once they go to contract approved, 2 of them, you will earn the trip. That's not a contest. That's just a fact. We could have 10 people do that. We could have 20 people do that. We could have 50 people do that. They will all earn the trip. So there's no limit. Then on top of that, the energy advisor with the most qualified leads submitted, okay, just leads, qualified leads, they win the trip to Cancun. You guys, that's it. So it's basically like proposal, submitted, right? The proposal, a qualified lead, somebody that accepted a proposal. Doesn't matter if they did it or not. The top setter of appointments basically is what it comes out to. So amazing stuff that we have. There's our schedule of events for the week. I don't know if we have any questions that have come into the chat, but I'll get to them. Let's see. Mark Gilman, New York, consolidated billing across all 4 utilities. It is across all 4 utilities, but in the territory, well, there's more than 4 utilities because you have NYSEG. Oh, okay, New Jersey. I'm sorry. Right, Mark. So it's consolidated billing across all utilities in the state, but right now the only areas where we have capacity are in PSE&G and JCP&L. So we only have capacity in JCP&L and PSE&G. We are waiting on capacity in ACE and in Orange and Rockland utilities. So we don't have those right now, but right now PSE&G is open. You can enroll customers that are open customers, anybody, for 20%. You can enroll LMI customers as well. And then in those zip codes in PSE&G and JCP&L, you can enroll customers in those select zip codes as well and get all of those bonuses, that $100, if you bring in a customer within those zip codes. So very exciting what we have. And in those zip codes, it's like, get the customers in. We prefer, well, we want LMI, but it doesn't have to be LMI in those preferred zip codes. All right, so appreciate that. Let's see. All right, D, what type of gift card is being offered to the customer by Shed? It's a Visa gift card. So all of our gift cards are like Visa gift cards, whether it's a utility, an electric customer, or a community solar customer. So they'll have that gift card, Visa gift card, that will be sent to them. So it's Visa. Just so they can turn it. We like to call it a cash gift card because you can spend it, right? And you can use it online, and you can turn it into whatever you want. You can buy whatever you want with it. So yeah, it's not a gift card to like Home Depot or Starbucks. It's an actual Visa gift card. All right, so appreciate that, Dee. Great question. We need to put a picture of that up on the screen. I think we're going to do that, Dee. So based on your question right now, I think I'm going to do that because I've had a few people ask what type of gift card, and it's time to put that up there so that we eliminate the question altogether. So yeah, very simple. And all of the terms are right there. All the customer has to do is accept the proposal. Do they need to do anything else after that? No, not on rooftop solar. Nothing else to do. As long as they get onto the Zoom or the Teams call, it could be a phone call if the customer can't, technology wise isn't able to do it. And, or, if the customer requests that, no, I'd rather have somebody come over, then they'll do that. But most of the time, people just because of time and technology, they can just get a virtual quote, and it just takes a few minutes over a Zoom or over a Teams meeting, so that they can actually show them what it'll look like, give them real numbers, right? All of that visual, and then send it to the customer via email. Everything that they do in the virtual appointment, they then send to the customer. So pretty straightforward. All right, other questions. Sticking around here for a few more minutes. Boy, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Today, Tuesday, 3 to 4 p.m. is the corporate call. That is correct. So appreciate that. And that is the corporate office hours where you can ask all types of administrative questions, things that are, technical questions about the website, about customers, about whatever it is that you'd like to ask the corporate team that handles things on the corporate side. They're here 3 to 4 p.m. today and 3 to 4 p.m. on Thursday as well. All right, so that's where we are. All right, somebody asked me for links. Okay, yeah, I forgot to put that up there. There's the link, thinksuccess.plus, obviously one of our biggest resources. There's the Telegram update channel for people who don't want social media but just want information. YouTube is there as well. All our videos are posted there. This YouTube channel is where we will post the recording of this, plus our team documents. You can go there. Let's see, Don. I think the office call is training for the mobile app. Yes. Yes, indeed. We are looking forward to that. It's going to be a big training today. If you've been, I'm glad you said that, Don. Appreciate that because I meant to say that. Yeah, if you are looking for information like on how to use the Think Plus Connect app, that's going to be a packed. They're having actually the people who created or trainers from the company that actually created the app, our Think Plus Connect app. They're going to be doing the training. So yeah, it's amazing. Yes. So Deborah, if the customer is the advisor, do they get 100 for rooftop in Connecticut? That is correct. So if it's your own, right? If it's your own, lead, and you are looking to go solar, and you do that, then yeah, you get to qualify for that. So if you're the customer and the advisor, that's exactly what would happen. That's the way the rules read. So yeah, if you own your own home, you should get a quote. You should get a proposal, definitely. And if you're that way, if you're the advisor, yeah. Guys, that's how it works. We have an incredible platform. So very exciting. Uh, there are the links, everybody. I think the questions have slowed down, so I'm going to let everybody get back to their day. I appreciate everybody taking some time out of their schedule today. This is Tony Procopio from New Fairfield, Connecticut. Over and out. Everybody have a good one. See you on the Think Plus Connect app training. Appreciate that, Don. Thanks again for reminding me on that. We'll talk soon, everybody. Take care.